Hey y'all. So this is new all over again. But I have some things that I want to talk about. So let's get into it. Shall we?
Can we just talk? I just wanna talk to you. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? 'Cause I just wanna talk to you. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? I just wanna talk.
It has been quite some time since I have done a podcast, and I was not actually sure if I was ever going to do a podcast again. I tried a couple of different things. If you've been trying to follow along with me, trying, I say, then you have seen I've done a couple of written pieces. I've done some written blog posts and some other things since I wasn't doing a podcast, some other things to try to stay connected and still talk. Because I still have things I wanted to say. I was just trying to say it in different ways. So the blog gave me an opportunity to practice writing and shout out to Amanda Wilson. Y'all know my friend Amanda. I talk about her often on podcasts, but Amanda was one of the first people. Well, I shouldn't say one of the first people, but she was one of my friends and acquaintances that I reached out to. I was like, hey, I want to get better at writing and share some things with her, so I did. I did a blog, but here I am because I need to talk about some things. And baby, things have happened since we were last together. A lot of good things, a lot of challenging things. But one of the things I want to talk about today is parenting adult children and parents. Um, I need help. I need help. My son is actually doing very well. Uh, he's doing his college courses. He recently started working, and we thank God for a child who works and wants to make their own money. So he is well on his way, and I'm so thankful for that. And he's doing well. He's excited about being more independent. He's excited about making his own money. And I feel like, well, he hasn't said this to me directly. I haven't asked him, but I get the impression that he finally feels like he's coming into his own as an adult, and that's nice to see. Um, what I need help is in is I've, to me, parenting a child. I only have the one. I'm one and done. Parenting a child in their 20s is probably harder than parenting a child going through the terrible twos. Um, And the reason I say that is because trying to help an emerging adult become an adult in the world that we live in the country that we live in, um, is incredibly challenging for me as a mom. And I've talked about this in other episodes, how it is parenting a black man in America and the fears, anxiety, the stress that comes along with that. That's still ever present. And the more independent he gets, what I've found is the more that those things are present. And you all know that I'm a faith girl, so I trust and believe in the Lord, and so does my son. And so I'm always praying prayers of protection over him. Um, and I trust that God will take care of him no matter what. Whatever's going to happen is in God's will, and I believe and I trust that. But it does not mean that my flesh does not flesh, and I still worry. Whereas when he was in his terrible twos, I had full control over his whereabouts, what he did, the discipline, all of those things. And now that he is an adult and out in the world and doing those things for himself, I just wonder how you parents are doing out there when your kids are now emerging adults and adulting, and you're trying to help them through this phase of life of going out into the world. I was not one of those parents, and I personally don't believe, no shade to you if you do. I just personally don't believe kicking your kids out when they turn 18 and graduate from high school. What I know is that they're not prepared for anything at that age. My son was not prepared for anything at that age. So I'm not a fan of that. Oh, you're 18, you graduated high school, it's time to go. No, no, we're not doing that. And I didn't do that with my son. I allowed him the opportunity to take a year break between high school graduation and college, and he may have taken a little bit more than a year, but bless the Lord, it's all working out now, and we thank God for that. So yeah, like we had an opportunity to rest. He had an opportunity to rest, had an opportunity to figure out what he actually wanted to do, and we had several conversations about his options. I talked to him about vocational things, and getting a trade, because we're from Florida. You're always going to need an HVAC technician in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Probably always gonna need a plumber around these parts with these oak tree roots going through people's pipes and everything. So there were different options that we talked about. So I just wonder, for parents in my age group, what am I? I think I'm considered a millennial. But how are you all parenting, Gen Xers and millennials? How are you parenting your emerging adults or your adult children as they come out of that, you know, young college age and going into like real world scenarios? I would greatly appreciate your commentary. Um, the second area of parenting is parenting my mama, um, and my daddy and my stepdad at this point, because my God, these people are hard headed. Like, why do you think you grown? I mean, and I know I'm not alone on this, and I know I'm not alone because I've been seeing the posts on the social medias that we're all going through the same things. Ma'am, get in the house, take your meds, drink your water, lay down. Okay. My father had some medical things going on that he did not want to tell me about. This is a true story. But he had me listed as an emergency contact at his doctor's office. And so when they were trying to contact him and couldn't reach him, guess who they called? Me. And so when the people called me, y'all, and they were trying to get in touch with my dad, I said, well, what's going on? Because if you called me to get in touch with him, I'm alarmed now. So you need to tell me what the issue is. And so they explained to me what was going on. And I immediately called my father. I was like, look, sir, I just talked to your doctor. And it was one of those conversations where, like, if you could imagine when you were a teenager and you got in trouble in school, and the teacher called home before you got home, and so you're not like a deer in headlights. That was the reaction from my father, because it was something that I wasn't supposed to know. And then he knew that when I knew the information, I was going to be on his behind about it. And he didn't want that, right? Because he wanted to live reckless out here in these streets, doing what he wanted to do. Okay, like he ain't got a life to live. Like he ain't got to be my daddy. Like sir, follow the instructions given to you by your physician. I digress. See how heated I got? My nerves. How are y'all parenting your parents? My mother, praise God, she will be, she's looking forward to retirement. And I wish to God I could retire her today. I really would. And I think even if I could retire my mother today, that she would still try to find some form of work to do. And I've just observed in her over the past couple of years changes in her character and the things that she likes to do. I think that my mom, um, I know that she has changed. I know she's changed quite a bit in her older age. She's gotten a little softer in her old age, as many of us do. When I was coming up, my mama didn't like people. And she used to hate that I said that, but it was the absolute truth. My mom ain't like being around people. Now she having gatherings at the house, cooking all this food, buffet style, like a whole kitchen full of stuff. And the house is not that big, but my mother has literally invited upwards to 50 people to come over to the house to eat food. And she's prepared enough food for people to eat 2 or 3 times and take plates home. This is the kind of stuff that she's doing. Ma'am, you got bad ankles. Madam, look, ma'am, you have bad ankles. While I appreciate the things that you do, I appreciate the food because the Lord has blessed you with an anointing of cooking. Sit down. Okay? Sit down. Everybody that you invited over know how to cook. Okay. We appreciate your hospitality. We appreciate that you have opened up your heart and your home for us to come and feast together as family and friends. But if you don't sit you and your bad ankles down somewhere, I know something. I know something. So I need your help, y'all. So I will appreciate your comments. How are you parenting your adult children and your adult hard-headed parents? Now, if you don't have adult children right now, nor do you have hard-headed parents, baby, you are blessed beyond measure and you just don't know it. Okay, let's take a brief intermission and I'm gonna come back with a part two. So part two is about me. Okay, part two is about me and probably some of my sisters out there who are, I would say, between 35, maybe 50, early 50s. I discovered perimenopause. And I am wondering why no one taught us about perimenopause before we actually got into perimenopause. I'm thankful because the sisters on the internet have all come together and we have figured out that no one's taught us about this thing. So there are so many groups now on Facebook and Instagram that talk about perimenopause and what we're all experiencing, sharing remedies and suggestions and all kinds of things. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Y'all told me about menopause. And I thought that just one day I was going to wake up and certain things were no longer going to happen with my body. No one told me that one day I will wake up and all the things will be happening with my body. I thank goodness for my good acquaintance, Miss Tara W. Miss Tara told me, I think I was maybe early 40s. Not too long I turned 41, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. 41 or 42. And I was sharing with Miss Tara how I had some pain in my shoulder. It's just random pain. And I don't know where it comes from. It comes and goes. And she shared with me then about her perimenopause experiences and that, what do they call? Do they call it dead shoulder, frozen shoulder, something? There's a term for this shoulder condition. And we had a whole conversation about perimenopause right then and there, about 30 minutes. And it was because of her I even knew that the word existed. And I'm so thankful for you, Miss Tara. And I'm thankful again for all the women on the interwebs across the world who have discovered this thing and not afraid to talk about it together. And for the men, listen, if you have a significant other, a wife, mother, sister, cousin, auntie who is my age, you need to listen to this too. Okay. So you understand what's going on, because in this season, there is a Jekyll and Hyde type of situation that goes on. I can be extremely happy, loving, open, and all those things one minute, and then the next minute I'm just shut down. I don't want to deal with nobody, not even the dog. The dog can get it, and he can get out also too. In addition, um, it's just it's one of these weird periods of my life, and I feel bad for people who have come into my life in this season, because to me, I'm not the best version of myself because I'm this perimenopause version. And this girl right here doesn't know what's going on from one moment to the next. All right. I feel like before this era of my life, I was a great person. I'm still a great person at heart. But like, child, my appetites changed from one day to the next. My mood, headaches, my inner ear itches constantly, my shoulder. I have to go to the bathroom. I have to pee a lot. I have to pee a lot. My back be hurting for no reason. My knees, my joints, headaches. My taste changed. Like things taste different sometimes. Y'all, it is so much happening at once. And you couple that with trying to parent your parents and your adult children. How? Just like how? Just how? And I just how? How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do all of this plus work, plus clean the house, plus try to cook something, plus try to feed myself. Child, please. I'm tired. I am tired. So I wanted to talk about it to open up the conversation for ladies, men who have ladies in your life that are experiencing this perimenopause era, because we need to talk about it. We need to create little support groups in your inner circles, your families. This needs to be talked about because no one told us anything. I will tell you something that has helped. One of the other symptoms that I've experienced with perimenopause is, um, and it happened one night. I was in bed. I was sitting up in bed, reading or scrolling, probably scrolling on my phone. I would love to be able to say I was reading with confidence, but I was probably scrolling. And it felt like something was biting my thigh. It felt like there were like ants all over my thigh, just biting the heck out of me. And I looked down. Of course, there's nothing there, but I'm looking at my thigh, and it feels like something's biting my thigh. There's nothing there. So I started scratching, of course, and it happened several nights in a row. So finally, I went to the Facebook, and first I Googled it. Yeah, you got to be on WebMD. And so I Googled it, and there's a medical term for it. So I posted it to Facebook, and one of my nurse friends on Facebook said, "Hey, try some magnesium supplements. It'll help with that, and it'll help with sleeping better, and some other things." I was like, "Listen, at this point, sure, give me the magnesium." And I had seen other ladies posting about magnesium sprays that they were using like months before I posted a comment, and the benefits that they have from using the magnesium spray. But I never tried it because I didn't understand it at the time. I didn't know I would need it. But I got the magnesium supplement pills, and they worked. Oh my gosh, they worked so well. And so I'm going to make that now part of my routine. In my supplement drawer, there shall be magnesium. So baby, if you haven't tried magnesium, try it out. And other thing that I know with perimenopause is something that may work, a remedy that may work for one woman is not fit for all. Like magnesium works well for me and it works well for other women, but it may not work well for you. One of the other a post that I saw on social media said to get a blood panel test with your doctor, to see to check all of your hormonal levels, and get recommendations and prescriptions based on that. So definitely, I suggest that if you're looking for remedies, if you're looking for some type of relief, baby, do that too. But anything that y'all have tried, I know just in general for me, y'all know, like I've been on this I need to lose weight thing for 40 forever at this point. I've lost weight, and I gained weight, and now I'm in a period with Peri where the weight gain it fluctuates. Like I could not be hungry and eat one meal a day, and I'll still gain 2 pounds. Like I don't. Where they do that at? Houseway. How? But here we are. So, but I do believe that weight loss is helpful. Just in general, just for good health. And I'm drinking more water, trying to drink more water. And I need to eat better. But these cravings, like I just want junk food all the time, like nachos and tacos and pizza and wings and stuff. And it's like I don't want vegetables. I don't want asparagus. I don't want spinach. No, pass me the Alfredo. Give me this queso and chips. What? This is my life right now. I would love to tell you that I'm disappointed, but the food is delicious. The cravings are delicious. But and ice cream. Oh my god, I've been wanting ice cream so bad. I want some right now. I just made my mouth water. Y'all, my ladies, my brothers who have ladies going through Peri, check in, tap in. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're feeling. Tap in. That's all that I had to talk about: parenting and perimenopause. That's topics for today. And again, I felt compelled to do it in a video format. I actually started recording audio, and then I was like, you know what? Let me bust out those smiley face microphones. Shout out to Polynese Productions for the gear, and I was like, let me do a little quick video. I'm gonna do a little quick video and see how that goes. Just to say, hey, y'all, I'm still here. I'm still around, just doing some different things. I want to end on this note though, because one of the other reasons that I've held back on doing podcasts is because my podcast is called I Just Want to Talk. And I named it as such, just in case you've never heard this story before. I named it I Just Want to Talk because there are a variety of topics and subjects that I could potentially talk about, today being one of them. There's not like a constant thing. Like, we're not talking about just weather or just food or just parenting or just business, nothing like that. Um, but I was in a season where I was really faith focused, and some of the blogs that I posted on my website are indicative of that. And there was something that held me back from posting or sharing a podcast that was more faith focused, because I did not want to, and I never want to post something or share something or say something that contradicts my walk with Christ. So here's the thing, like, I'm not perfect. I've never claimed to be a perfect Christian. If anything, I have claimed that I am still a maturing believer. That means you're in the process of. I have not matured. I'm maturing. I'm in the process of becoming a matured believer. So there are definitely still some shortfalls. My mouth is reckless sometimes. Like, cross me at the right time or not the right time, depending on how you look at it. But I'm conscious of that. And so I just wanted to reiterate that, if you follow my blogs, my podcasts, my videos, you will see a variety of things. And one of those things just will be Jesus Christ. And I am at a point now, and I've been at a point where I've never been apologetic about my faith, but I have been more concerned about offending someone, if that makes sense. And I know it probably doesn't, because I can't say I'm apologetic and say that I'm worried about offending someone. I get it. I understand that. But that's how I actually feel. I'm not apologetic, but I did realize that I had a lot of people who followed and listened to me that didn't necessarily believe in the faith things that I believed in, or believe in rather. And that still is the case. However, if you're here, just know you're going to get these blessings. You're going to get this Jesus. You're going to get these scriptures, because I want to be able to share, and I want to be able to share wholeheartedly and more transparently as I please to. And I've always had the autonomy to do so, but I've held myself back. It's no one's fault but mine. No one told me to. No one's made me feel any type of way about it. It was a me thing. It was a me thing, trying to gain followers and views, and create a space where everybody felt comfortable. Pardon me. Where everyone felt comfortable. And the truth of the matter is, everybody's not comfortable with Jesus, and that's okay. That means you're not supposed to be here. And I have resolved that in my heart. And if anyone is offended by that, baby, I'm so sorry. God bless you still. And I shall continue to pray for you. But just be now informed, be it further resolved, that on the I Just Want to Talk podcast, y'all gonna get a little bit of Jesus from time to time. All right. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Share this with somebody. Reach out to your sisters in your sisterhood and ask them how they doing with Peri and parenting, and tell them to check in, tap in with me, and let me know how they doing and what I can do better. Okay. I love y'all so much. I can't promise a frequency, just whenever the spirit leads, but whenever the spirit leads, you can guarantee I'll be ready to talk. Talk to y'all soon.